Morning, Sarah. All right. It is 9 a.m. I'm going to call the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. It is Tuesday, December 28th, 2021, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. And Commissioner Van Duzen, would you lead us today?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for that. Item number 2, call for public comment. We will still take calls from individuals in the public on items that are not on the agenda and for information only. And the 2 numbers that they can call are 605-882-6248 or 882-6297. And we will address those during the open part of the meeting. Item number 3, conflict of interest items. Are there any on the agenda for fellow commissioners?
No.
No.
All right, item number 4, action to approve the December
So
28th.
moved.
All right,
I'll second.
motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 5, action to approve the December 21st, 2021 minutes for the Codington County Board of Commissioners.
So moved.
Motion by Johnson, second by Waterman. Any additions or corrections? Not hearing any. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 6. Michelle Burkhart, South Dakota Department of Legislative Audit, opening audit conference. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, okay,
Or she can scoot it closer.
there we go. I am Michelle Burkhart and I work for the Legislative Audit, and we are here starting the 2019-2020 financial statement and compliance audit. So a few things this year that are unique is it will be a uniform guidance audit, which means that federal dollars will be audited, and most likely the COVID money that was received last year. So our rate this year is 75. The amount on the engagement letter that I sent Cindy says 74.50. That was the rate for FY21. We're in FY22 now. So
75 an hour? Or-
yes, billable hours. Yep, based on the segments that we're working on, whether it's taxes, and we give an itemized bill for that when it is completed. I don't anticipate any extra time even with the federal audit. So
How long do we anticipate this taking?
I would say the end of January.
Michelle's actually been working on it from
Yes.
home.
Mhm.
Already?
I had sent her some stuff
Yes.
previously, yeah.
So I would assume by the end of January, we should have the audit report. So
I'm just curious, not to,
no,
yeah,
you're
so
fine.
$75 an hour, is that for the whole team or is that for
It'll
individuals?
just be me on the audit.
Okay.
So,
So that's-
and then anytime if there's questions from Cindy or questions from you guys, the assistance is free. So that's not billable time. It's really just any sort of
Right,
testing
Okay.
or looking at the
Yeah.
audit. So, yeah. I do anticipate it will just be me. So, yeah,
Good.
for sure.
Thank you.
Did you have any questions or anything that you had that you wanted us to look at during the audit?
Who sets the rates? And I'm not
The-
complaining, I'm just curious who sets that rate.
Well, it's kind of based on sort of what private companies are charging. We always maintain below that, but also at the end of the year, what it costs to have us come out here, drive time, different things. I know there's many factors that go into calculating what that is. That's a really good question that I should ask my boss. But that's just kind of the standard rate that they set based on, the information we're given, so.
just a question on the federal, is that, on the federal
Yes.
dollars, is that typical where you do that? Or do the feds ever come in and audit like a county?
I'd imagine if they were here, there's probably a problem,
Okay,
but, it's all uniform guidance audits are required after more than $750,000 are spent in federal dollars. And last year, obviously that was easy for most counties
Mhm.
because of COVID mitigation efforts
Right.
and emergency management stuff. So that's kind of where we're at. I don't think a uniform guidance audit has been done here in several years.
No, we haven't
So,
had that much.
Right.
Yeah, Homeland
Yeah.
Security money kind of dried up and,
Yeah,
yeah, so we have not had a federal audit in a while.
I anticipate with the ARPA money that will probably come up again in the next audit as well, just depending on what it gets spent on. It's based on the federal dollars spent in the year. So you might, I know you guys have the money right now,
Mhm.
or a portion of it at least, but it's not until it's spent that it's actually audited. So
Have you ever participated on an audit in Codington County before?
I have, I was on the last.
I
audit.
thought you were.
Yes,
I thought you
that
looked
was me.
familiar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was here for the 17-18 audit as well. So.
We're glad you're back.
Thank you. What brought me back, or you're glad?
No,
I'm
we're
back?
glad you're
Yeah, thanks.
Well, you're
Um,
familiar with our staff here then.
Yes,
Yeah.
very familiar with the
Yeah.
staff, the information that I need, and just a little better. So I think it'll go very smooth.
If you have any questions, just go to Cindy.
Yeah, Cindy is
She's got all the
an
answers.
incredible asset here. So I'm, we don't go many places where there's tons of, experience and knowledge, and this is one of them that.
That's why we're
it
never
goes
letting her
very, very
retire.
smooth.
Just talk her
So,
into hanging around.
Yeah, I'll see if I can convince her. I'm sure it'll be very difficult. So, yeah, any questions, anything you'd like me to illuminate?
No.
I do need action to have you authorize Brent to sign
The engagement letter.
the engagement letter.
And if there are any questions on this, I know there's a lot of information in here. It covers obviously everything you could think of when it comes to an audit. So if there are any questions on this engagement letter, please feel free to.
I will send that out to you. I didn't get it.
So move.
Is that,
Motion by Johnson.
is that an item on our agenda? for that,
No,
or-
but it's part of the opening audit conference, so
Okay,
we just, authorize Brenda to sign it.
Oh, second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Here's the,
Is this
yeah,
the
this is
Michelle.
the correct one? Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'll bring it back to you when we're
Hurry up and do a good job.
after.
Yes, I will. I'll hurry. Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
Is this got the correct amount? $75 or? You fixed it? Okay, all right.
So
Ah,
it'll be in
this is
the
good.
former.
Thank you. Yep.
All right, item number 7, action to approve a strategic planning consulting agreement with SLM Consulting. And Sarah, if you'd like to, we kind of already had this discussion, but give us some of the details.
Yes, thank you. So this is actually, you guys had previously approved the funding for it. And then we had to go to the city, the hospital, and the community foundation because this is a partnership before we could have the actual agreement. We now have the agreement. In conversations with those other 3 entities, they would like it to all funnel through the county. And so the county is going to be the lone person on the consulting agreement, with the understanding that this is a funded partnership between the city, the hospital, and the community foundation.
Right, and it's a one-time
Yeah.
funding partnership, so it's nothing that will be ongoing.
Is
So,
that outlined in the contract?
That it's a partnership between them. No, it's not, because this is the contract between the county and SLM Consulting. So we don't have a contract saying or anything written saying that they're partners.
Is this something, I don't remember, is this in the budget or
Yes, and you
there's
had,
enough money to cover this?
yeah,
Okay.
you've already previously approved that out of my budget.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a 4-way
It
split and we
Yeah.
have paid our portion
Yeah.
already out of the 2021 budget.
It was 2,500 on our part. So equally split.
Just, so this agreement's between us and just the county and SLM.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then the other entities contribute to.
the other entities were basically just to help the funding of it,
Right.
so it's mostly the county and SLM.
Okay,
Right.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
By Van Duzen, second by Waterman. Any other discussion?
Sarah, did we decide who is going to sign? Is it Brenda or you that will sign the
Whichever,
agreement?
think typically, don't we have the chair on all of our other
Yes,
ones?
Yes, yeah.
Um,
I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
And
Total.
just to clarify a couple things, all of the other, the city, the hospital and the foundation all do have representatives on the steering committee as well. So the contract is with us, but they all are representatives.
If they all approved their portions of the building.
Yes.
so.
Just
I-
for,
I do like the way it's laid out. They give you a very clear idea of their process in the contract. That's good.
just for clarification on my motion, it's for $10,000, right?
No,
Or-
this is, the funding was approved previously. This is solely
just
to
the
sign the
consulting
contract.
agreement.
Okay,
Yep,
Yeah, this is
yep.
just the agreement
Okay,
that
okay,
I
then
got
she will
Authorizing the
move
chair.
forward with her
All
work,
right.
so.
Yeah,
got it.
Good
Yeah.
motion.
yeah, that's.
That's a good motion.
Clarification.
Yeah, yeah. All of a sudden.
All right.
Thank you for checking.
I do, yes. I also realized last night when I was looking this over, I have to put my email address
When I
in
was
there as
reading
a
it, I
contact, so I'll get the email address and then I'll get it back.
Okay.
Sounds good. Any other questions or anything for Sarah? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sarah. You too, thanks. All right, let's move on to item number 8, action to allocate commissioners contingency funds to budget for compliance of those 3 departments. Cindy, if you want to,
And in order to be compliant, we cannot have a negative balance in any budgets. So we have 3 that need to be supplemented. And on the agenda, the county park one says $1,405.77. I had to increase that by 100 because there are some credit card fees that I don't see until after the end of the month. Then I realized this morning that I should check with Carol to see if there were any, and there were some. So I just bumped that up $100. So
So after that, Cindy, there'll be a few dollars left in.
maybe $60. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I just gave us a little cushion there. So we budgeted $250,000 for commissioners contingency. We have not spent any of that this year. And the amount that we need to transfer out of there is $103,502.38, and $1,505.77 will go to the county park budget. $964.60 will go to the planning board budget, and the road and bridge budget will need $101,032.01, and that is basically due to, I know you gave me a letter and I did not print it, or I don't have it.
if Rick
I
wants
did print
to,
it out.
if Rick wants to come up and just
Yeah.
explain maybe.
And there were some projects that got delayed from last year that you had to pay this year, so that's part of it, including this last Clausen construction bill, correct? Okay.
Yeah, we started the year $635,000 in the hole that we didn't get paid from last year that had to get paid this year. So 101,000 is a great improvement because we had a $381,000 riprap project that was not in the budget, plus the construction of so we had some paving that didn't get done, some gravel that didn't get crushed, all that stuff. So like I said, 101,000 over is a great improvement from what I thought it was going to be. So
What was that last number, Cindy, 103,000, what,
502.38.
the combination,
Oh, the total that we're gonna transfer out of there is $103,502.38, leaving a balance in commissioner's contingency of over 146,000 of the 250,000 that we budgeted.
thank you. Thank you, Rick.
Yes,
Yeah, thanks, Rick.
thanks, Rick. All right.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion by Gable, second by Van Duzen.
And if you chose not to take this action, that would be a written comment from our
In our
audit
audit.
in another 2 years. The audit for what the action we're doing right now will take place for another 2 years, so.
All right.
Okay,
Any other questions or comments? We're ready to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 9, action to designate surplus cash.
and we, to make sure that we stay under the 40% surplus cash that we are allowed based on our 2022 budget, we will be able to add $588,782.02 to our assigned for future building projects, and that will keep us at about a 35% surplus cash budget.
What is the 35%? What does that total come out to for the?
Yeah, about 4,400,000, right in that area.
I'll make a motion to do that. So
I'll
that's,
second that.
Motion by Gable, second by Johnson. Were you going to add another?
no,
comment?
I just want to confirm. So that's $588,782.
And 2 cents will be added to the future
Okay.
building projects.
With that in there, Cindy, what does that bring our future building project amount to?
About, just about 16 million. No. Sorry,
I was gonna say, that's pretty
Hang on.
good. We were like about
I should have
10.
added that. Yeah, we were at 10,398,000. 10 million, just under 11 million. Yes. Yep. And I went a little high on that amount because I don't have all of our revenues for the month of December yet. I don't know what could come in from now until the end of the year, so I had to take that into account. So I added a couple $100,000 to that 588 to make sure that we are in compliance.
Okay. So people,
And
just
that's something we will look at again in a year.
just so folks know what we're talking about, for our huge YouTube audience, so the law requires us to, take next year, the following year's budget, and for unprogrammed surplus, or basically reserve, they call it surplus.
And it's
but
just the general fund budget.
Right, so this is the
that-
general
which
fund
is
budget.
Just over 13 million. Yep.
Yeah, so we can have unprogrammed reserves, but the term is surplus cash
Yeah.
in the audit, in the legislative audit world. And that's what, so we got to stay under that 40%.
Right.
And so you planned it out to stay at about 35.
We could have 5.2 million to be right at the 40%, but in order to make sure that we don't go over that, we're kind of going at a 35%.
And just to comment on the future building projects fund. So it's good to build that up. I mean, when it comes time to, because counties are very limited on our
Yes.
ability to have capital improvement planning, long-term capital improvement planning, because the way the legislation is written. So that's a fund where we can do that. We've been talking about a jail for years. And so that can reduce a bond amount. If we
Definitely.
were, so.
It's a very good down payment
Mhm.
Yeah.
without
so
raising our tax.
as much or no, so maybe.
Right.
yeah.
And that's been because of the conservativeness of the board in the past few years. I don't know, I don't remember what it was when I first started, but that has gradually increased. And also with our department heads and their conservative spending as well. So it's a
joint
It's a
effort.
joint effort of everyone, so glad to see that happening. All
So we have a
right,
motion
we have a
and a
motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Now, item number 10, action to approve claims for payment. Yes, a couple of
I have
those.
2 claims of the year. First one is to Clausen and Sons. It is for rip wrap on 23-4 in the amount of $323,088.50, and then rip wrap on 8-1 in the amount of $38,141.70 and $21,120 for a total claim of $382,350.20. And then the last claim is to the Human Service Agency from the Commissioner's budget in the amount of $50,000 per your action
Move to
last week for the regional appropriate facility.
approve.
Motion by Van
Second.
Duzen, second by Gable. Any questions, comments?
So on the 50,000, we took that out of the commissioner's.
Just took that out of the Commissioner's budget. We could have taken it out of contingency, but because you already had money there, it just seemed
So and then the.
logical to
And
take
that's
it
our,
out.
which line is that on the commissioner's budget? Is that like services? You don't spend a lot of time. It's not contingency though.
No, it's not the contingency,
Okay.
it's just our commissioner's
It's just your
budget.
Commissioner's.
We have
budget.
two.
Yeah. And the fact that we did not have to pay for an audit in 2021, that's one of the reasons there was a little bit more money in there. So you may need Commissioner's contingency next year since our audit bill will be coming then, but. And we did not budget it that way, not knowing that they wouldn't be able to get here, so.
We good?
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 11, action to approve automatic budget supplements.
Nothing today.
Right.
Good.
Item number 12, action to approve personnel changes. Appoint emergency management director. Natalie, you want to come up and I'll let you do this.
And I'll have to have Andrew sign.
Yes, yes, Andrew, if you would also come up.
All right, good morning, commissioners.
Good morning.
Turn that one up.
Yep.
Thank you.
I am happy to introduce you this morning to Andrew Delgado. And he is up for your approval and appointment as our emergency management director. As you know, we have been going through this process for several weeks now. We had a lot of candidates and really good applicants. We did some pre-screen interviews and then we did some in-person interviews, and the hiring committee narrowed it down to Andrew as our top choice. So I will let him talk about himself if you have any questions about that.
Yeah, I guess, Andrew, welcome. We're glad that you're here in Codington County as our new EM director. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your background? And so the public knows a little bit about you.
Sure. I'm Andrew Delgado, originally from Huron, moved to Vermillion for college, and I've been there since. I graduated with a degree in physical education, applied for a police officer job like right before, well, before I applied for a teaching job. Got the teaching job first, did that year of teaching, and the hiring process for law enforcement was, finally getting wrapped up. So I was an officer in Vermillion since about June 2013 until the summer when my family and I moved up here. Also been in the military since 2006. So yeah, I guess. Any other questions?
What branch of the military?
I was originally a wheeled vehicle mechanic, 63 Bravo, and then I became an officer in 2010. So I branched logistics.
Yeah, with the National Guard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Are you still with the National Guard?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Yes, very good.
Do we need a motion?
Yes, we do.
I would make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
All right, got a motion by Waterman, second by Johnson. Any other questions, comments?
When will he come aboard?
Yeah, good question. January 3rd will be January 1st, but that's a holiday. And so the 3rd will be his first official working day. He's gonna go around and do some introductions and paperwork and stuff probably before that, but officially next Monday.
Yes.
And place to live?
Yep.
Yep.
You do?
Yeah.
Good.
It was
You move your family up here then?
Yes, I did.
They were actually moved here before.
Oh, they live here already?
Yeah.
They were living here already.
Yeah.
Well, that's better, yeah,
Yep.
especially with it below zero.
You're right. Yeah, not a good time to move in now.
Get the balance of the week off and start on Monday.
Yep.
All right.
Right.
Ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Welcome aboard.
That's my card.
All right, item number 13, action to approve travel requests.
Nothing today.
Okay, public notices, possible quorum of commissioners. Have anything going on?
Okay.
I don't see anything that I have. Well, old business. Andrew, if you want to stick around until after the meeting, I'll just have a quick conversation with you. Item number 15, any old business? Not hearing any. Item number 16, any new business? How about for the open? Natalie, do we have a reason to go into executive session? I guess the thing, you are all emailed, we need to update our personnel manual. So if you guys have a chance to look it over, maybe next week, we will try to go through some of that. And then like on the one part with the travel requests, that's something we can probably just address. If the personnel policy changes, then we can do that at that time, correct? I would guess, just implement it then. All right. Anything else? All right,
Move to adjourn.
motion by Johnson,
Second.
second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.
Short meeting today.